Hello, everybody. My name is Maverick Moses. I'm a writing coach, avid reader, and author of the soon-to-be self-published YA dark urban fantasy novel Karma's Children Discovery, the first book of my Karma's Children Trilogy series. It is Halloween. There is a writing tag going around in the author community on YouTube called the Hocus Pocus Writing Tag in honor of the Hocus Pocus movie that just celebrated its 25th anniversary. In this Hocus Pocus writing tag, there's writing questions related to your work in progress and your writing style, and today I'm going to be answering those questions. Lynn Woolston tagged me to do this Hocus Pocus tag, and I cannot wait to share my answers with y'all. I tried being as festive as I could today, wearing my Halloween costume. I do have a witch hat that I could wear for this Hocus Pocus writing tag, but it kind of takes up probably like half of the frame of the video, but yeah, I'll go ahead and just keep wearing it. What the heck? Fair warning, I did not script this video like I normally do, so I apologize in advance if I am rambling on and on and on. There are 11 questions that I'm going to be answering today, and I'm going to be reading them off on my phone so I can make sure that I get all of the words right. Question 1. Sarah, Mary, and Winifred Sanderson. Being a witch is hard, but so is writing. If you had magical, witchy powers, what aspect of writing or what part of the process would you magically skip over? I would definitely skip over the editing phase. I love the drafting phase and creating all of those stories from scratch, turning nothing into something awesome and amazing. But I would love to just be able to finish a draft and be, okay, publish it out into the world, but instead I have to worry about editing and making it all polished and look great. Question 2, Max and Danny. What relationships tend to be at the core of your books? Friends, family, or romance? So mainly at the core of most of my books and book ideas, including my current work in progress, Karma's Children, is very family oriented. The siblings in Karma's Children are very close-knit, and they have a very close relationship with their mother. So it's a very big family-based orientation, but there's also friends that go into play, and they definitely contribute to the storyline as well. So I would definitely say that my current work in progress, Karma's Children, as well as a lot of future book ideas that I have, center a lot around family and friends. There are a few romance subplots, but I don't play too much into importance for all of them. There is one romance subplot in Karma's Children between Kevin and another side character that is very friendship oriented too. So even though it's a romance, it's also very friendship based. And I think that's really great for my characters because it just makes the romance even that much more relatable, especially for high school. Number 3, amok. How do you approach the chaos that is drafting? Are you a plotter, pantser, or a combo of both? I am most certainly a plotter, although I would try to consider myself maybe 80% plotter, 20% pantser, because I do find myself letting my characters just drive the story forward whenever I'm writing. So sometimes, even though I've plotted so well and have outlined everything to a T, sometimes the characters just want to drive it in a different direction, and I have to be okay with that. Number 4, I put a spell on you, and now you're mine. How do you deal with book ideas that want to pull your focus from your main work in progress? I kind of don't. I have so many book ideas that are whirling around in my head all the time. I just try to write them down, maybe plan them out a little bit, and then set them to the side and try to focus only on my current work in progress, Karma's Children. But that is certainly super crazy hard. I actually just recently came up with an idea for a YA contemporary, and that's really making me excited because it's actually kind of loosely based off of my life. And I really want to just start writing that, but I know that I need to finish the rest of Karma's Children Trilogy before I start on any other projects. Number 5, Thackeray Binks. Things aren't always what they seem. Think back to when you first started writing to where you are now. How has your process changed from then to now? It has definitely changed a lot, and just the fact that I am a lot more serious about it now. When I first started writing Karma's Children, it was very much a for fun thing on the side, but now I am fully focused on Karma's Children, and even more so, I'm fully focused on my author platform as well. When I first started writing, I did not think that I had to start joining the author platform writing community right away. And I wish that I had joined it earlier, because it has been so beneficial to me and has just made me grow even more as a writer too. I do want to say this though too, my work in progress, Karma's Children, has changed hugely from when I first started writing it. When I first started writing it, I actually had planned it out as a series of short stories, kind of in like episodes of a TV show. And I actually ended up publishing, or like self-publishing, the first like 3 chapters on Amazon. And I'm saying chapters now, but back then I was saying episodes, because they were written kind of like short stories that would lead into the next one. And then I just realized that that's not gonna do. Let me just go ahead and write it all as one book. And then it became just a standalone book for a while, and then as I was continuing to write that, at a certain point in there, about halfway through, I realized my plot line is way too intricate and dynamic for me to fit it all in just one book. So I decided to split it up into a trilogy of full-length books. So that's what Karma's Children is now. My current work in progress is actually Karma's Children, The Veil of Cathrepta, which is the second book in the trilogy. I just finished Karma's Children Discovery, which is the first book, and it's with my editor right now. But when NaNoWriMo starts next month, I'm going to be solely working on book 2 of that trilogy. Number 6. My lucky rat tail. Do you have a writing ritual? If not, what are some of your favorite writing tools? I wouldn't say that I necessarily have a writing ritual. I mainly like writing at night, and sometimes at Starbucks, sometimes at home. And then I always write on my laptop. I never write anything like on paper, although I do sometimes do like brainstorming and like some outlining and like character brainstorming on a notebook. That just makes it come out a little bit easier. But for the most part, I don't really have any writing rituals. Maybe just that I play music, and then my music kind of develops the way that my story is playing out. And I think there's a question later on about music, so I won't dive too much into that and leave that room for later on. Number 7. I'm gonna stop doing numbers because I can't do math. Number 7. Book. Oh, that wasn't too bad. My voice didn't crack. Alright, favorite writing craft book. So I actually haven't really found a favorite writing craft book yet, and I am wanting to pick up Save the Cat Writes the Novel, which I've heard from so many people, of Brittany Wang, Jesse Elliott. A couple of other people are really loving that Save the Cat book, and I am definitely want to check that out at some point. But my favorite writing craft tool that I would say is just a thesaurus. So every time that I'm writing, I always have an extra tab open on my computer for a thesaurus, because I tend to just say the same words over and over and over again when I'm drafting, and I like being able to mix up the language and wording a little bit here and there. So I definitely like having a thesaurus tab open so that I can look up different words for the same thing that I'm trying to convey. Number 8. Another glorious morning. Do you enjoy writing in the morning, or do you prefer evening like Winifred? I am definitely like Winifred. I hate the morning. I wake up in the morning to go work out, and even when I'm working out, I'm like, just like my brain is dead. Ask me to do like a math or something like that during my morning workout, and I'm like, yeah, no way. But yeah, I definitely like writing in the evening versus in the morning. It's just my brain is just more turned on probably up after like 2 or 3 o'clock is when my brain is at its like best. And then my brain is even more at its best when it's like fallen darkness. The sun has fallen darkness. The sun has fallen and it's completely dark outside. I just love that writing time. Number 9, the Black Flame Candle. What's one of the biggest mistakes you've made so far in your writing journey, or what's the biggest lesson you've learned? One of my biggest lessons that I've learned, and I am still trying to enact in everyday writing life, and that's not editing while I'm drafting. And by while I'm drafting, I don't mean editing one book while drafting another book, because I'm going to be doing that during NaNoWriMo, but editing as I go along while I'm drafting. I did that a lot in Karma's Children Discovery, and it probably took me a lot longer to get through writing it because I was doing that. So this time around, I really want to try to focus on just getting that first draft out straight through, and try not to go back and edit, because that going back and edit really just inhibits my creative process and slows me down a lot, and I'm still trying to enact not editing in my daily writing life too. Number 10, Billy Burchison. What's a trope that most people hate but you love and would like to see come back from the dead? One trope that I try to actually come back from the dead too is just the whole like missing parents trope, or like the dead parents trope, where in YA fiction you see a lot where their parents are kind of out of the picture or they're dead, and apparently that's a trope because people get annoyed by that, because everyday average people aren't like that with their parents just totally absent-minded. But in a fantasy world, it just, the parents get in the way. Like, the children are having to go on this great big epic adventure and battle this horrible evil person. How are they going to do that with like a curfew and all that? Now, I will say in Karma's Children, as I said before, it is a very family-oriented. The 3 siblings that are the main characters that all of this mysterious stuff is happening to do have a close relationship with their mother, but their father is dead, and their mother is pretty absent throughout the story. She's made references to, they like call her and they text her sometimes, and she makes a few appearances throughout the book, but for the most part she's off traveling because she travels for work and has a lot of other responsibilities besides her family. So the 3 siblings who are going through high school just kind of take care of themselves, and the oldest, Krista, almost acts like the mother of all of them too. And lastly, number 11, Come Little Children. I don't remember the rest of the words. Songs that give you a hypnotic focus when writing. Favorite songs on your writing playlist. So, songs aside, I can't really name exact songs that I like, but I will name the genres that I like writing in. So, when I'm doing the main drafting for most of the scenes, I like listening to very instrumental, upbeat music. So I mainly listen to like Lindsey Sterling, because it's not a whole lot of lyrics going on that will distract my mind, because I love singing along to songs. And but it's still very upbeat. It's not like a classical like Zen music, so it still gets me in the mood. But when I write really like dramatic scenes, or when I'm writing like the climax, I love listening to Evanescence, even though there's a lot of lyrics in it. But I've heard Evanescence just so much. It's one of my favorite all-time groups. So I'm able to just listen to it and really get into that climactic scene writing when I'm listening to Evanescence, because it's just so dark and dramatic. And that is the end of the Hocus Pocus Writing Tag. Thank you so much, Lynn Woolston, for tagging me. I am going to be tagging Marie Ventress and Holly Davis to do this Hocus Pocus Writing Tag too. I know that because today is Halloween, you're probably not going to be getting to this right away and filming it and editing it and publishing it, posting it all on Halloween day today. So feel free to just go into November. It's fine. Maybe we can keep the Halloween spirit alive a little bit in November. And for the most part, it really was just really fun to do, and you don't really have to be in Halloween or even in costume, especially not in costume, because I am sweating. This is hot in here. I have the fan going on, but it's not doing anything. Okay, this is what happens when I don't do a script. Anyway, tonight is a Halloween night, which means that I will be doing a Halloween night readathon. I mentioned this in previous videos, but basically what I'll be doing is reading a horror book surrounded in darkness using only a small reading light to light up the book in front of me. I will be reading Blooding by Charlotte Zhang, and so feel free to buy this on ebook if you wanted to read it with me tonight while I'm doing this. But throughout the night of Halloween, I will be vlogging my experience of this Halloween night readathon and sharing my thoughts, and I'll be posting that video later up this week so that you can see that vlog of my Halloween night readathon. But you are challenged too, so pick up a horror book, whatever horror book it is, and read with me during Halloween night and let the creepiness of the night just enhance your reading experience. You don't have to do it the whole night like me. You can maybe just do it for 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, whatever. Just try to pick up a horror book during Halloween night and read all in the darkness using only that small reading light to light up the book in front of you. And that is the end of this video. I am wishing all of you a very happy Halloween. Please stay safe and be responsible. Don't drink too much. And join me tonight for that Halloween night readathon. I cannot wait to see you guys there in my Instagram. Oh, I should probably mention that. I'm also going to be doing live updates on my Instagram stories of that Halloween night readathon. And so if you are doing that readathon with me too, just do hashtag Halloween night readathon and tag me at author Maverick M so that I can see your updates throughout the night as well. Again, this is what happens when I don't script. I'm all over the place. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I post new videos twice a week, so make sure you subscribe and help support my channel. I would really appreciate it. And be sure to follow me on Instagram for more on my TBR list, my own writing, and see some cool aesthetically pleasing bookstagram photos. Then go friend me on Goodreads so we can connect more on our mutual love of books. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!